Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Okay, so I've already shuffled, alright. We've got the Knave of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles in reverse, and the Ten of Swords in reverse. And then we've got Freemasons, Brotherhood, BLOOD, Earths, Luciferians, alright. So we've got Luciferians who work within mental health, alright. Could be losing their job, alright. Freemasons who work within mental health, who could be losing their job because they've been getting involved in a raker. So we've got Racketeer, Influence and Corrupt Organisations Act. Working within mental health, alright. Losing their job. Losing their job. Hating anyone who outranks them spiritually. But if you're not a Luciferian, alright, and you prefer to work under the Most High, then you naturally outrank these low rank cranks, okay? We've got a long battle for justice. They've been an accessory to ending, assisting or aiding, alright? Somebody who works within mental health, caught red-handed, and there's going to be some sort of a government payout, alright? There is. So what they will do within mental health is to help their pals out, they will deliberately give wrongful medication and claim that somebody has wiped themselves out. So they will give wrongful medication, alright. They will. Ten of Swords in reverse. They will make out like they've ended themselves, but they've been doing a lot of spree endings, okay? They've been doing a lot of spree endings. Underworld criminal organisation. So it's linking to an underworld criminal organisation, okay? Anyone who's got some sort of like money coming on in, alright? To help family out, they will use mental health services to bump these patients off, alright? They will deliberately give them, again, wrongful medication to bump somebody off, alright? Deliberately. We've got blue collar crimes, theft, drug charges, S charges and physical assault, alright? So they will also steal, alright. They will also get big pharma drugs. They will dispense them on the street as street drugs, yeah. And if any of your family has been getting involved in plagiarism, and with this Eight of Pentacles in reverse, stealing your work, they will use mental health services to bump the victim off. So with this plagiarism and Freemasons, somebody wanted to get inside of the Freemasons from straight up copy and pasting somebody else's work. All the frees there, alright? We've got S charges and physical assault. So they will physically assault you, alright, inside of the mental health units, okay? They will even, like with these S assaults, they will use medication, knock their victims out, and then do S acts, S attacks, while their victims is out. So it's masculine or feminine. Their father is involved, okay? So they're helping somebody's father with these S attacks, with theft, okay? With drug trafficking. Always wants what everyone else has, alright? Always does, always does. We've got you took down a gang, cult or coven. So it's linking to a gang, cult or coven. We've got search warrant. So somebody could be getting raided surrounding some sort of drug trafficking, alright? Then we've got racketeering. Dishonest and fraudulent business dealings, commercial profit, extortion and bribery. So to cover this up, they will say somebody's struggling with the mental health. Let's get them on some sort of mental health tablets. But what they've done is they've done a fake will, and they are doing some sort of inheritance insurance job and trying to end their victim using mental health services to help them, alright? They've been doing fake court proceedings to create diversions and distractions. And there's been mail or wire communication, so fraud, mail fraud or wire communication, a scheme to defraud someone and a material deception. So they will use mental health services to cover this up again. They will. We've got power of attorney, making decisions on one's half. Alright, so to help these family members get this power of attorney, they pull in the mental health services and start tampering with medical records and playing the mental health game to cover up this power of attorney, and then they will get some money transferred to their accounts. We've got abuse of power, unjust advantage of individuals, organisations or government. They're losing everything for what they've done, so they're even bringing down with them corrupt medical staff, okay? So like doctors, psychiatrists, okay, nurses, healthcare workers, doctors, psychiatrists, healthcare workers, all of that, paying people to abuse you, and this is where this blue collar crime comes in. So they will pay people to attack one of their own family members because that's what they like. The pure lunatics. They are pure lunatics. Silencing witnesses paid off. So anyone who is a witness to any of this, they want to pay for them. Hush hush money. Alright? Hush hush money. We've got corrupt psychiatrists and psychologists because they want to keep this up and running, alright? Because they've done this before. They've done this before. And then what they do, once they bump these people off, they will then sell their hearts, okay, their brain, so on and so forth. They will. That's why they're trying to pay some sort of hush hush money. But they try and spread incurable diseases deliberately, alright? So they will give you some sort of capsule. You know, if you have some sort of infection, like I did, instead of giving you a capsule filled with antibiotics, they will give you a capsule, make out like it's antibiotic, empty it, alright, fill it with somebody else's blood, and the one that I had 3 see-through bugs in it with 3 legs at each side, and I like threw it up in the sink in, which one was that? Miranda House. Because I was doing it for money under the table, like Milview, deliberately, yeah, trying to bump me off, okay, for an inheritance insurance job. So we've got MK Ultra, mind control, illegal experiment. So there's a lot of illegal activities going on. What they don't want to get charged with, because it's bringing them in a lot of money. All right, they do this to a lot of people. A lot of people. Matriarch, a woman who is head of the family, tribe or organisation. So there's a feminine in this masculine or feminine's family or extended family who's been involved. Plots, plans, schemes exposed, invading your privacy, stalking and spying. Someone's been buying some sort of flight tickets with stolen money and swanning on off, alright, with some sort of stolen money. Hey, deliberately tormenting you for speaking the truth. You can't speak out because they will continue to torment you any way, shape or form. Here's this counterfeit drugs, fake or falsified medicines containing harmful ingredients. So that's what they will give you in mental health services in order to cover their back, okay? Some of this connection has been dangerous driving, alright? Masculine or feminine, their mother could be involved. Or we've got karmic friends involved. So karmic friends, involved in fake ambulance call-outs, alright? Fake ambulance call-outs for fun. For fun. To get one of their so-called pals bumped on off inside of the hospital to cover up all their level of corruption and to get some money under the table surrounding this plagiarism so they can continue racketeering and bumping people off, alright? So they're all using systematic abuse, alright? Where they will ring, false report with the police, alright? False report, false report, false report, and then fake ambulance call-outs to torture their victim, alright? Yeah, they don't want you to go public about them. Bullying to get you to lash out and commit crimes, alright? So it's a lot of bullying, alright? Then riling the victim up, yeah? And then they're getting some money to pop on off abroad and live a life of luxury off the back of some stolen money. Systematic, I can't get it out. Systematic abuse. So ringing the police, okay? Ringing the police, someone's speaking out about it. Someone's speaking out about it. We're going to have to silence all these witnesses, alright? Pass this money around, alright? Spend it on drug trafficking. Spend it on getting someone else attacked, alright? Too much crack, they thought there was a mafia, alright? So for some strange reason, they got hold of enough money and got off the tits, alright? And then, yeah, they just got off the tits and they just thought there was something. So in this connection, they have been going in and spree killings, probably poisoning the drugs. Trying to gain access inside of your home. This could end up on worldwide news. So they want access into masculine or feminine's home to steal some of their work, to monetize off it, and then pass the money around, okay? Filter drugs out on the street, pay people money to attack somebody, probably get that on video, pass it around, laugh about it, corrupt law, well and truly knee-deep and well and truly involved. Then they trick the children to work against you for money and clout, alright? So they will even get child or children involved in this. They all got involved because they was jealous of masculine or feminine's independence, because they're very codependent on others. And here's a bank fraud, RICO, under investigation for years. There's been a lot of poisoning, okay, and black magic. So that's how they try to control their victims, poison them to death. Black magic, 1313. We've got infestation through witchcraft. So then they've been using witchcraft, they've been paying with some sort of stolen money, alright, conjuring up low vibrational negative entities in order to attack masculine or feminine, and then going on these spree killings, okay, gaining power of attorney over anybody, any of their so-called pals who they're jealous of, alright, they will fake ambulance call-outs, laugh about it, get cracked up, false ambulance call-outs, and then the police will start whacking through people's doors. They'll get corrupt medical staff, mental health staff, to start dragging people out of their house, their home, put them on some wrongful medication, alright, to cover this up. Second house, values, assets, money, self-worth, security, stability, spiritual abundance. So they are going for, they don't have no values, they have no morals, alright? Assets, they're going for other people's assets with this theft and blue collar, alright? So it's all premeditated robbery, anything they can make money off, alright? And we've got a self-worth. They want other people to not feel like they're worthy, because for some strange reason they want other people to believe that they're above. Look, I'm above you, but a lot of these people involved have been on mental health tablets for a very long time, alright? We've got security, so they don't want you to feel safe, alright? Because once they've done this one time, alright, They're going to keep trying to do it. Ring, 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 ring. How dare, look, we're bullying you, how dare you stand up to me. I'm going to ring, 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 police. Ring, 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 police. Ring, 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 ambulance. Police will come on in, whack your door through, all right? Or ambulance will come and they'll just drag you out of your house. And this is how they're working to affect your mental stability, emotional stability, and financial stability, because they don't want you to be stable in any way, shape or form, and they're going for other people's spiritual abundance. They think you know too much. They think you know too much. We've got good law officials all over. They're sorry asses. So this group, this cult, this coven, this gang, can't even get it. This group, this cult, this coven, this gang, alright. The good law officials are picking on how they're all working, alright, to cover their tracks when they are money laundering, when they are stealing, okay, to cover up. This is how they work when they've done a premeditated robbery, and if anyone tries to, look, they're getting out of people to cover their backs. If anyone tries to speak up about any of it, they want to get them locked up in a hospital wrongfully, or get them locked up in a mental health hospital. So then if it ever goes to trial, they'll be like, look, don't listen to them, they're a nutter. But a lot of these people are on mental health tablets themselves, or they are self-medicating with alcohol or any other drugs like crack, ket, whatever it's all called nowadays, weed. They're all self-medicating, and a lot of them are already on some sort of mental health tablets because they're pure lunatics. And then getting involved in doing witchcraft, moon magic, mental magic is never going to help them at all, because they're just getting more and more and more demonically possessed. But we have got this good law officials, alright, all over their sorry asses. We've got a severely corrupted hometown, community, country, state. Then we've got the grassing on each other to get a lesser sentence. So they're all grassing on each other now to get a lesser sentence. They'll be arrested when they least expect it, alright? They'll be arrested when they least expect it. We've got child or teenage ender involved in this. We've got child or teenage ender, alright? Child or teenage ender involved in this, alright? So they're even teaming up with child or teenage enders, because these karmic friends will team up with anybody. Like, we've got child abduction as well. So we've got child abduction. So they're stealing kids and putting kids with child enders, fake friends, because they're jealous, alright? Trying to silence you and others because they have severe mental health issues, obviously. So they've abducted child or children, and now the child or children are surrounded by child and teenage enders, alright, all for the love of taking hold of someone else's money. We've got persuasion. So they've been persuading to abduct these child or children for some sort of a cash bonus, alright. Friends been getting involved. We've got honesty. They've not been honest when they've been filing these reports, because they've been using dark energy work, okay, and they have been using demons, vigilance, okay. So a lot of spiritual warfare, alright, a lot of sneaking around, and a lot of trying to snatch kiddies as a fun game. 1919. Help and healing. They really need help with their healing. They really do. Because this is retarded. It really is. Illusions. And then we've got enlightenment. Anyone who becomes enlightened to how they are working and what they are doing, they will play the nutty barbar game. Because they don't like it. Look, they've been conflict. They've been nothing but conflict. Nothing but conflict. Nothing but conflict. Absolutely retarded. Absolutely retarded. So, very horrible karmic friends who are willing to snatch kids and end child or children as a form of a jealousy attack. We've got truth in the verse and ambition in the verse. So they're jealous of somebody else's ambition. They're compulsive liars, alright? They're compulsive liars. Wounds. They just want to create more wounds. They really do. They want to create more wounds out of jealousy. Jealous of someone's ambition, alright? Jealous that masculine or feminine was healing, alright? And they just wanted to create more wounds to be like, well, trying to heal from this. Very deceptive friends, very cunning, very devious, okay? Very severely, mentally retarded, severely corrupted hometown, community, country, state. They just think they have the rights. They don't want masculine or feminine to use their voice, alright? Jealous of masculine or feminine's courage, like words. They could be using word witchery. And we've got to say, anyone who has the sight, okay, and has some sort of truthful predictions and stuff, they hate that. So they could be jealous of a psychic, alright? They could be jealous of a psychic, someone who's gifted. But again, it is a collective reading, alright? Someone who's gifted, and so they've been battling and competing, okay, against somebody because they're jealous of their gifts because they're very greedy, and they think that they should be able to, they're entitled to try and take their gifts from them, even spiritual gifts, alright, even if that is some sort of psychic gifts. And this plagiarism, words, could be somebody else's written word, what they've been taking for themselves, but they've not got that level of understanding. Trying to help a sister who's also been battling, alright, but they're still asleep. They're not even woke. They've not even started to awaken yet, alright? They've just got instantly jealous. They're not on that level of enlightenment, and they've been trying to put somebody's light out, and then we've got intimacy. Just trying to help a sister, okay, get one of their other siblings, raped, and thinks it's funny. Thinks it's funny. Ugh, thinks it's funny. Absolutely thinks it's funny. And they was expecting to be able to get these gifts of sight because they was dedicated to doing some sort of dark arts, alright? So we've got a mentally retarded sibling who thought that by doing some sort of dark energy work and some sort of like dark ritualistic practice, that they thought that they would get their own siblings gifts of sight for some. So we've got crown chakra, third eye, throat, heart, solar sacral and root. So they've been paying, alright, for spell work. And then they've been doing this on child or children too. We've got IIED, intentional infliction of emotional distress law, recklessly causing another to suffer. So many involved, it's going to be one long trial, guilty, verdict. So there's a lot of narcissists involved also, who's been getting involved in reactive abuse. And they wanted fame for doing sick things, alright? They wanted fame for doing sick things. So we've got getting life in prison for sinister crimes, along with this corrupt doctor, alright? There's a throat chakra. They have no moral high ground, yet they want to take the moral high ground. And then they got involved in hiring a hitman on the dark web. Linking to a corrupt funeral home. So they've obviously got some sort of life insurance policy on this masculine or feminine, forced power of attorney, alright, took the kids and then put hits out on the kids' life insurance policy on then a sibling. Siblings are involved. A sibling, a sister. So we've got grand larceny, theft of personal property, intent to deprive owner of it permanently, and then paying people to stalk. they've been getting involved in BLOD rituals, BLOD contracts with the devil, pacts. So because it's linking to Freemasons and paid for gang stalking, sibling could want to be like a lady mason, alright, have someone in their family, which could be this mother or their father, alright, or trying to get into Eastern Stars with these rituals on their own sibling and thought they was entitled to take their sibling's child or children, okay, and steal their personal property and try to deprive them of that with intention, and got a corrupt doctor and that involved. They're all going to get fired for cover-ups. They've just got very money power hungry, very greedy, and they've been creating a lot of illusions and confusions. But they are working with similar tactics. I mean, if it's Eastern Stars, yeah, and Freemasons involved, they move very similar. Alright, it's just a different devil with a different meat suit. That's all it is, different devils, different demons, similar tactics. Evil eye, a lot of evil eye. Someone envies you to the point of them not wanting to see you succeed. So they are willing to end this masculine or feminine, take everything what they've worked for, take the children, end the children as a form of attack. Disgusting. Someone is using mirror work to bring you problems and issues, taking hold of some sort of monetary via force power of attorney wrongfully, alright, with some sort of rituals, BLOD rituals, BLOD sacrifice. So actually a sister offered their own sibling up and their nieces or nephews, or niece or nephew, up for a BLOD sacrifice because they was jealous of how ambitious they was. This is where this child teenage ender comes on in. Then they've been launching financial attacks. Someone is attacking you spiritually to negatively affect your finances. But we've got karmic friends, what came out, their mother and their father. So either a mother figure could be involved or a father figure, or this sister, their mother and their father could be involved. Talk too much. Someone will tell on themselves and reveal their true feelings and intentions towards you. So they will tell on themselves, right, because they're getting real blasé, because they thought they was going to get away with it. A love block spell. Someone does not want you to be happy in love, but they're not happy in love. They're just plain happy. They're just plain happy. They're unhealed. So if they're unhealed, right, and they're focusing on constantly trying to break someone else down and do evil acts, evil deeds, and they want some sort of clout for it, but they're going to get done for it, then they're just, yeah, they're not going to be happy at all, are they? When they get taken down and they get done for it, they're not. They're going to be miserable, behind bars for a very long time, okay, having to pay back whatever they've stolen and compensation on top of that, alright? And no amount of compensation is ever going to be enough. 28, it's not. So we've got love binding spells. Someone is working to have you soul tied to them because they're soulless and they want to be a part of that soul purpose. That's why they keep doing these attacks, because they want some sort of fame and clout for it. But again, they will be arrested when they least expect it. Then we've got candle magic. Someone has been doing candle magic work on you. As the flame burns, their energy increases. So they're refusing to do their own inner work, okay? So they are attaching to masculine or feminine soul, doing candle magic, trying to take that healing energy, okay, and then launching spiritual attacks. Weirdos. Someone is trying to attack you spiritually to block your third eye and ability to manifest. And they've been getting reckless, alright, because they've been doing it for so long. They've been getting reckless and more reckless and more reckless. Someone is out of control and doing anything to any and everyone they want without having remorse. And they don't. They're just throwing spell work left, right and centre, and they think it's absolutely hilarious, doing it on absolutely everybody spiritually attacking everybody, and there's a large group of them involved, and they've got insurance jobs, and they're doing it on other people and their child or children. Demon magic. So we've got somebody's conjuring demons to block your blessings and bring harm your way. So they are working with conjuring demons. It's a very toxic fixation. Somebody's attracted to your light and seeking to dim it. A lot of dream attacks. You are under the attack of spiritual entities that are trying to defeat you in the astral realms. And they're jealous of that level of protection, and that they get instant karma every single time. So they go off to other people and pay other people and ask other people, whether that be with money, alright, with stolen money, drugs or what, okay, but any way, shape or form, they'll get somebody else to launch an attack because they think it's a competition. So if someone feels they need to compete against you, that is the motivation for the things they do. So, they just go too far. They go too far, and again, we've got cyber stalking and hacking. Cyber stalking and hacking. Paid for £1 million or $1 million hit on you, exposed. So they've stolen a lot of money with this plagiarism. They've stolen a lot of money with this plagiarism. And they've been splitting money amongst themselves, and then even got ballsy enough to put $1 million hit out because they just want to win. But they will lose their law firm for the corruption. So whichever law firm has been protecting them, because the child or children have been put in immediate danger surrounding people who are trying to end them for the love of trying to take the child or children's money, then these law firms and these corrupt coppers who's involved, and this dirty landlord who's involved, they're all going to get life in prison without the possibility of parole. Claimed rights and ownership over your work, success and full life, cranks. And then you start spending the money on stuff like that because they're pure selfish and egotistical. Evil hospital staff paid to poison you wanted clout. So even the hospital wants some sort of clout, like, look at us, you know, we're helping this family feud and we're going to try and poison you to death. See if you get out of that. So probably a few times these evil hospital staff have tried to poison this masculine or feminine to death, and they've done it to help other family members, alright? The pure, evil, egotistical family members, when they're supposed to be going for help with their healing, they don't. They don't at all, because they're not big on that. And oh, it's a mystery. We don't know what happened to them. We don't know what happened to them, and they'll start celebrating, alright, because they have a fake will, which is this life insurance policy, and they'll start celebrating, alright, drinks flowing. Oh, it's a mystery how they ended up passing away, innit? Look, Seven of Pentacles in reverse, to take some sort of inheritance, to take some sort of will money, or to take some sort of, like, life insurance policy. We just don't know what happened to him, innit? It's just a mystery, innit? They must have took themselves out, or what happened to them? Oh, isn't it awful? So they've actually got a fake funeral planned with this corrupt funeral home, what they're linking to. They've all got it, it's all premeditated, all premeditated, all premeditated. So there's probably a corrupt funeral home under investigation, alright? History. Because it's historical. Yeah, they just start making deals, shaking hands, alright? And then they'll go to, like, corrupt law, and then they'll be like, we need you to, or you know, corrupt law, we need you to pin them down, we need you to restrain them, alright? we need to keep them restrained inside of this hospital for a very long time, all right, so we can get inside of their property and steal everything. Will you help us? And they'll be like, yeah, we'll go in. Of course we will. We'll create upheaval so you can bob on off on an adventure, take absolutely everything with this stolen money and cause a lot of misfortune. Anything for you. Anything. Anything. And they do. And they do. Oh, they do, because someone in this connection is in a private relationship with one of these mental health workers, alright, or had some sort of a private relationship, and then they just wanted to help. Oh, but I used to be with you back in the day, alright, old news. Do you remember me and you back in the day? Yeah, well, do you remember when we forced power of attorney over our gran? Yeah, well, why don't we just do that to them and we'll just pay people hush hush money? And we'll just pay people hush hush money. They've destroyed a lot of people with these evil tactics. So somebody knows somebody who works as like some sort of an attorney. So, and then this corrupt medical staff, alright? And then they don't want no one to have. They're fighting them to fight for justice. They don't want no one setting a record straight, okay? They've got police and then running away because they don't want to get caught by the good law. Because they're going to get fired for cover-ups. So they don't want to get caught by the good law, alright? They could have been burning some sort of evidence as well. So corrupt law, alright, was burning some sort of evidence from maybe some sort of false report, alright, because I thought, oh, we're going to get caught, alright. We don't want to be revealed for jealous, envious, and we don't even want to apologise because they was getting a room and they was getting involved in some sort of stalking, alright, and then it was just bare-backing each other, bare-backing, grabbing some snacks, just watching it all kick off online, loving it, thinking it's hilarious, absolutely hilarious, instead of doing the bloody jobs. So they've been trying to burn some sort of legal documents from this power of attorney, alright. The law firm, they've been trying to burn it. The corrupt coppers with these false reports, they've been trying to burn that and get rid of that, alright. And quite possibly these false medical reports, alright. They're trying to burn any of that paperwork. Destroyed. They're trying to get rid of any evidence. Because they've been helping fake friends who have also got involved in stalking, spying, alright. It was very, very toxic, and they've all been slamming each other, alright. And they've all been getting lippy. Get lippy, get lippy, get lippy. Rico, get lippy, get lippy, get lippy. But there's a whistleblower. Exposing it all. We've got revealed for being a spiteful hater. Venomous snakes, alright? But they don't know who this whistleblower is what I'm getting. They've not got a clue. They've not got a clue who this whistleblower is. A Masonic lodge is being investigated and raided for serious crimes. Alright? Then we've got third house, communication, writing, speaking, research, teaching, public speaking. So someone who spends a lot of time in the public eye, like uploading a lot on social media, could be involved, alright? They could have, it's going back to maybe some, obviously with plagiarism, they're involved in this connection, in stealing some sort of written work, somebody's research, alright? And they want to even maybe take that voice for themselves. A teacher could be involved. So a teacher could be involved, alright? I don't know. And then we've got kidnapping and false imprisonment. So we've got suing the government. The government is going to get sued. It's going to be a high profile case. The government is going to get sued. Alright, they are. Everyone's going to get fired for cover-ups. They feel empty inside, soulless, sold you out, lost souls, so they are. And a judge went along, okay, with lies and a bribe for clout, alright, because, well, even the judges are clapped out. So even these judges are clapped out clout seekers, alright, because they just want people in the local hometown to be motting them out. Motting them out. Motting, but it is linking to corrupt law, so they're just motting each other out. Well, there was all smiling about it. And now they're all losing their jobs and their businesses, alright? And they're going to get locked up in prison for life because, well, it is surrounding ending child or children. So the government's going to get sued, and I mean, like, look, because they've done this to child or children before, okay? Or they've done this to masculine or feminine since they was a child, alright? And then with this child abduction, we've got child to teenage. They're trying to end the child or children because they've been siphoning off the child or children's energy for a long time. Then we've got dark energy worker, passing away from spell work, backfired. Criminal conspiracy, that wants to come out. Here's another energy vamp, just more energy vamping. Vamping. Sick from black magic backfiring onto them. Stealing from the elderly. That'll be that forcing power of attorney, because I did mention, do you remember that time when we forced power of attorney over Gran? And we took everything of Gran's. We were going to do it to one of our other family members, alright. As soon as they come into some money, we're forcing power of attorney over them. Hate your level of success, because they want it for themselves. Forge legal documents and change medical records. So they've done this to like a gran or a grandfather before, alright? And then they took absolutely everything, and it was like, ma. Didn't expect you to be so powerful. They want to go on the run to avoid charges, trying to leave the country. And then they want to end themselves after these end yourself spells backfired times 100,000. So any way, shape or form, they're trying to bump people off, alright? So they'll be doing these ending spells on a lot of people because they're getting reckless with it. They're getting reckless, absolutely reckless. Because they made it their mission. It's linking to obviously a killer cult. But the law will be changed because of what they've done. The law will be changed. They're doing this to child or children. It's a very karmic hometown, soulless communities who make deals with the devil, all under investigation for major crime. And the children will be put up for adoption for what they did. The children will be put up for adoption. So we've got, you will be moved and put into witness protection, waiting on a trial. We've got spiritual warfare. This will be this conjuring up these demons, alright? Conjuring up these demons in order to attack masculine or feminine, alright? But they've been doing this to multiple people. They have many victims. Many victims, alright, and they've done this to a psychic as well, who can see these demons. So they've done that, alright. But fake friends, they've done this to one of their partners, or one of their friends, or one of their family members before. And they're all just smashing each other. Because they work with demons, they are possessed. Possessed by legions of demons, 72 or 66 legions, Osmodus, Baal, so on and so forth. And then we've got 666 legions, each containing 6,666 demons. So they are possessed by legions and legions of demons. Look, they've even got the local bombs. The local big bombs are involved. The local big bombs will do anything for some drugs and anything for a bit of clout, alright, anything, because they like toxic people, alright, they like these fake friends, so these big bums have been getting involved, alright, so even the local bums are involved, even the local bums, and we're nothing but gold diggers, so they're recruiting all the bums, the local bums, the local street rats, the local bums and the local street rats. Come on, you big bum, help me destroy them. Get involved in the stalking. Come on, you big dirty bum. We need to kick them to the curb. No, it's been going on for years and years and years and years and years and years and years now. We're just going to start recruiting all these big bums. Because if we recruit some of these big bums, they'll defo try and help us. All these big bums. So we've got, the light will be illuminated on your situation. What is done in the dark will come to light. Because they've just got big bums. Instant karma. They'll receive instant karma for anything they try to do. So even the big bums are jealous. There's that level of protection as well, that it always seems to bounce back and reverse onto them. And then they start having withdrawals from this masculine or feminine. So then they start developing some sort of mad obsession. So then even big bums start getting obsessed. Alright? Because they want that energy. Never. And we got, this is deliberate, trying to spread STDs. So be careful, someone courting or dating you is dealing with a lot of energetic burdens and dark entities. So be careful of this big bum. A big bum. And they're paying for readings. So they're going on off, alright, paying for readings, and these readers probably say they are cleansing you out of their like energetic field. Maybe these readers can see that they've been using ID overseas to open up a bank account in somebody else's name. Alright. So they've been paying for other readings. And maybe the other reader said, you just want to eat well. You want to take the fruits of somebody else's labour. You're just confused. You're just corrupt, alright? With this corrupt attorney. It was an absolute nightmare. It was an absolute nightmare. And they're all going down together, alright? They like to play games, alright, with this housing, like housing association or some sort of landlord who likes to get in and out of the property whenever they like, alright? So to try and create some sort of diversions to be able to get inside of the property, because they have it mapped out how to get in from the front or the back or through the window or whatever to bring about spirit death luck, because they're online. Them or their lovers who like to lie with a corrupt judge. Lie. Could be a Scorpio. Could be a Scorpio and their lover who loves to lie with a judge, so they can have money transferred to their account. Alright, so much corruption and injustice, along with this pretty big bollocks. So all of them together, they're going down, alright. So many games, trying to take someone else's financial stability for themselves and gambling with child or children's life, alright. Gambling with child or children's life because they just don't care. Because they just want to battle and compete. Because these siblings, or sibling, they think it's competition, so there could be like two sisters involved. Because it did say sister, love, and there was two images, so there could be at least two sisters involved. What corrupt law is helping, because they've been smashing corrupt law to like sibling figures, and corrupt law has been getting noshed off. They have sexual favours, corrupt law, to keep bringing some more like turmoil. But again, it's just been going on for so long, alright, and they've been cashing checks into their account, and they've all been trying to destroy somebody who has a high level of emotional intelligence, like get lippy and we'll just start smashing each other. Because we're street rats, we're bums, we're gold diggers. Come on, I'm depressed, I'm struggling with mental health as well, I'm depressed. Big bum, big bum, big bum, look at that. So they've just been going on in, it's been like a bloody knocking shop with them. Let me tell you that. So they've probably got sex workers involved as well. They're spreading round a shit ton of STDs. So now they've all got warts, they've all got osmodus, they've got incubus, they've got succubus, alright? And then somebody's took a portion of the money to spend on drug trafficking, and they've been mixing up their own drugs with lethal chemicals within the drugs, infiltrating that on the streets and bumping people off, because they just want to see people in pain and grief, and they're just waiting to see online if someone's like RIP to so-and-so, so-and-so, and they'll be smiling behind the screen. Nine of Swords, knowing the guilty, but they just want to act like big man, big woman, you see. Knowing the guilty. So it's linking to obviously this drug trafficking, where they are mixing up their own drugs with all these lethal chemicals, and they're waiting for it to be uploaded online, RIP post. And they're gaslighting everybody, lying to everybody. So it is involved obviously with this child and teenage ender. This could be how they are ending the child and teenagers, alright, waiting for the child or the teenagers to be posting someone, so-and-so, so-and-so's died, so-and-so, so-and-so's died, and they're making out like they took themselves out with an overdose, and really somebody had been mixing some sort of drugs with chemicals, and they actually got murdered. And that's why they've all been under investigation. Even these big bums. Big bums. Some of them are getting done for assault and battery. And then because they work with demons, we've got swarms of flies from black magic, Lord of the Flies, Beelzebub. Or Beelzebub, I say Beelzebub, but Beelzebub some people say. And again, a landlord is involved, and the devil is ready to collect. Absolutely mentally retarded. We've got a cult member backed off after the ritual backfired, and you will be contacted soon surrounding the case by undercovers. Paid so many people to cover up, now they're running out of money, and then obviously people have been dropping like flies, and they're like, oh, it's alright, I'll have this big bag of drugs or what have you to turn a blind eye. Of course I will. And then boom, they've dropped down dead. Oh, well, our little kid, you know, they want some of these drugs or what have you, because obviously they've been getting with these big bums, big bum, and then they get on these DR and UGS, even the weed. They're poisoning the weed, let me tell you that. They're poisoning the weed. It's alright, I'll make a deal with you. I'll give you some weed, give you some blow. And they're like, alright then, to check, go and then check on it. Free of swords. And then we have got someone who's been taking like flight tickets, who's involved, alright? Flight tickets, who's involved, and then they're like, look, you took some money under the table, alright? You did this, you did that, and you did this, alright? And we give you a bag of this weed So you shut up about this person passing away online. Oh my lord. Here's the gang stalking. Because they're just mentally retarded. Six of Wands in reverse, it's like a human hunting party. Ace of Wands in reverse, they just want to make people passionless in life, and there's somebody who's always propped up at a bar who's took some of this money, drinking, partying, celebrating. Two of Wands in reverse, they're a coward. They made a deal with the devil, and then they could have asked somebody who was foreign to help them battle and compete, alright, and took everything off. So then they started acting really nice, but I'm getting that, you know, the white folk who were doing this, they're only using people of a different ethnic origin for their power position. Just help me tug everything off them, will ya? Put them in isolation. We got the devil card, Baphomet, because they don't like being pushed around or having everything ripped off them or having everything controlled and that. And we do, because we feel entitled to, alright? So they've been fabricating and they've been inputting stuff in their computer with this lawyer who wants to be seen as some sort of beast. Four of Wands in reverse, ruthless hometown, with this Ace of Wands in reverse. Because of this, somebody now has a limp noodle for the rest of their life. Somebody has a limp noodle. Somebody has a limp noodle. It's just limp. Could be this masculine here. Alright. Nothing but a limp noodle. But at least people will be safe from them. I mean, if there's attacks involved, alright, at least if they have a limp noodle, they won't be able to get involved in an attack anymore. So we've got the mentally retarded, alright, the mentally retarded psychopaths, sociopaths, the mentally unstable, getting involved in doing mental magic. Can you believe it? Alright, so they're never going to be able to heal. They're always going to end up with something like paranoid schizophrenia or what have you. Yada yada yada, yada yada yada, darling. And we got busted and getting raided. Busted and getting raided. Immune to poison and black magic now. But they're all getting busted. They're all getting raided. Alright, all the drugs are poisoned anyway, so you know what I mean. So there's no use of that in any way, shape or form, because it's all poisoned, mixed with chemicals, drugs, infiltrating the streets, which is ending the teenagers off who think it's just a bit of blur, and it's not. It's not just a bit of weed. I think it's like some sort of certain type of drug, but it's not. It's just been mixed up with pure poison, because it's a proper ruthless hometown where nobody actually cares, darling. Where nobody actually cares, especially not these lawyers. Four of Wands in reverse. As long as they're with the Ace of Cups, they eat well. Alright. As long as they eat well. And they will help anybody remove somebody else's like independence from them with that Nine of Pentacles, and take hold of that generational wealth, and even take hold of the child or children. Two of Wands in reverse, because they're a coward. To help the raging alcoholics who want to spend it pissing it up the wall. Fools. Two of Swords in reverse, trying to block something. Five of Cups, because they don't want to lose everything, but they're going to lose it anyways, because someone's got a limp noodle now. It was a false victory. A false victory. They're going to get a life sentence for what they've tried to do with a child or children. A lot of underhanded behaviour. Yeah. With this corrupt judge who's going to get life in prison, because it was all premeditated with child or children with a corrupt judge, because they was battling and competing also, and they was also wanting to drain masculine or feminine of their energy and get involved in gang stalking. So this is this Freemason who's also going down. Seven of Swords in reverse. They've been caught out by these undercovers, and it was a bad investment. So Freemasons, okay, are going to get their ass whopped in prison. They are. They are. They could have tried to get somebody locked up with this incitement, alright, because they wanted to take away their stability. They wanted to take control of absolutely everything and just rip everything off them, because I'm above the law. And if, yeah, look, I'm above you. I'm above the law. I'm stronger than you. And if I want to put you in isolation, alright, and rip everything from you and start smiling with me pals and everything online, yeah. But it's a family, it's a very poor family. 10 of Cups and 5 of Pentacles, it's a very poor family. Very poor, very poor. Secrets being revealed, they're very poor. They may have some money, but they're spiritually poor, and that's why they're going for somebody else's spiritual riches as well. They're spiritually poor and they're mentally poor. Trying to tamper with somebody else's mental health from using demons, but they're mentally retarded and they're possessed by legions of demons. So that secret's being revealed. And they're under divine judgment, and they will have to face judgment. 9 of Swords, they will get found guilty. Okay? They wanted to think that they were solid for, you know, teaming up with the beast, but they could even end up in some sort of glass box, this corrupt judge. They get life in a glass box, because even this corrupt judge is going down because they're linking to premeditated child endings. So we've got a corrupt judge who's going to end up in a glass box just because they wanted to let eloquent meal. Got some all the best fruits and vegetables from Marks and Spencer's, because I'll eat anything from Marks and Spencer's, and they're the best for me. While premeditating child endings. So they're going to get put, some of these are going to get put in a glass box underground to keep them away from the general public, and the government's going to do some sort of a plea deal. Because they've been protecting the wrong people. They let the money get in the wrong people's hands, and they've just been going on some spree endings. So there's a lot of evidence for what they've been doing. Oh my lord, hold on. Oh my lord, that's so negative. Such a negative energy. Oh, such a negative vibes. They've just given the money to the wrong people. They've given the money to Luciferians, okay? They've given the money. Well, they literally don't leave you any choice, alright? Because, well, the full-grown men and women, I mean, look at how old this masculine energy is. Grey hair. And they still like to snatch everything off people because they've been doing this for a long time, and they're all going to get fame. Wanted fame for doing sick things. And they're going to get famous, they're going to get locked up, alright? But they've been doing stop and block justice spells, because that's all they do. They'll be arrested for trying to set you up. Tampering with evidence to cover up crime. But they're trying to do cover up crimes, alright? Paying for abuse, and caught in a web of lies. Sinister plots exposed. So many getting arrested for these crimes, linking to cult ties, satanic cults, satanic sacrifices, and devil worshippers. So if you don't want to bow down to the devil, they would do everything they can, alright, to keep summoning, alright, and conjuring, alright, back to back, because that's what they do. They bow down to the devil, and then the devil, they sell their soul to the devil to literally become a devil in a meat suit. So they're going to get put in some sort of glass boxes. They're going to get found guilty. Strongly working to end people with these spree killings. There's just no way they can get away with how they're working, fabricating a lot of evidence, because they've been inputting that into computer. Okay, Ace of Cups, and they just wanted to eat well. Meanwhile, they're mentally retarded. 6 of Swords in reverse, trying to stop someone from moving forward. because they don't want them to be happy. They don't want them to be emotionally fulfilled because they're just mentally retarded. Alright, so let's get these mentally retarded just left to hell on up. Their bank account's going down. They are. Because they've been caught. Gang stalking. Okay. Wanted to compete secret. Wanted to compete in battle against someone until the day they die because they're mentally retarded. That's why they just need to be in a glass box, because they will even battle and compete against child or children, and because they want to win. Okay, these Freemasons, Eastern Stars, to help these siblings and other family end child or children, and the judge tried to sacrifice to demons and child or children because they wanted some easy money. We've got Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, look, Ten of Pentacles in reverse, and then we have a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, who's been spying, and now they don't want to compete anymore. Five of Swords and Nine of Wands, because they're getting paranoid about these enemies who are on them, because these enemies have unrequited love for them and know that they're cowards. So it's these good law officials. It's good law officials. Wow. Wow. So yeah, bad news for them. They're going to have to pay compensation. They're going to lose all their financial stability. We've got like an Aries type of energy, a corrupt father figure. It's going to hit the news, bad news. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Three of Cups in reverse, like Friends, okay? Who they was romanticising and fantasising for the fact of not being found guilty and trying to avoid judgment for what they've done. No way. Six of Cups in reverse, very childish. Then, and they're demonically possessed, partners in crime. No way. Honestly, because they just keep doing it to a lot of people. And then they want to think that they're all powerful, but they do sell their soul for money, power, fame, clout. Bad news there. This could be like these death hexes or death spells reversing. Death hexes, death spells on love life. All reversing back onto a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio and a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Because they just love to play games. You know, and spy. Because they know they have this money. Like a granddad or something involved. Absolute cranks. Very evil family. Anything for the love of money. Very evil, corrupt law. Who will be facing judgment. They will get found guilty. And they're strongly going to get some sort of a death sentence. You will. Strong death sentence coming. Because like I say, that money's got spent on a lot of drugs trafficking and paying people to assault and then try and harm children. Plea deal, settlement, plea deal. Because they're just driving around looking for new victims. Why would a judge let that be roaming the streets? Look, they want to get away scot-free. A Leo, a Sagittarius or Aries who's ruthless, just wants to just be flip-flop-flopping around like there's something. Don't want to be an enemy no more because I just want to flip-flop-flop around and they what? They didn't know they were surrounded by undercovers. They didn't know. They didn't know they was being watched. They thought they had everybody under control. They thought that they could romanticise and fantasise with everybody and everybody would like that level of corruption. We've got Aquarius. So could be an Aquarius involved, okay? who thought that they'd get away with doing SEX magic on everybody. Okay. They did. They did. Secrets being revealed. They thought that they could do SEX magic on everybody and get away with it because they've been going to assistants. So while they've been going to assistants to all these dark witches, dark warlocks, all these businesses, undercovers have been surrounding them because the undercovers know that they are jealous of the accomplishments they've made. So they've been surrounded by undercovers, alright, while they've been meeting on up, alright, and getting all this spell work done. Undercovers have been watching them and listening into their calls, their video calls, okay, their messages and everything. And they just didn't know. So this is why they're going to get life in prison. I don't know. Even paying child or children to do their dirty work. And then we've got physical health magic. So they want someone to be locked up and like physically ill any way, shape or form. And that's why these mentally retarded people, they do put them in a glass box. Sunny peace, love and light.